Basic Beginner's Guitar, A Perfect Timing, A Focused Approach, Book 1, Lesson 11, Part 2. This should be the last one. If it's not, just ignore what I said there. But I'm going to move on to page 67. We just did page 66, Star Spangled Banner. 67 is the Zim Boogie, and that is amazingly written by me. Last name Zimmerman, so it makes sense. You figure. Zim Boogie, where did that come from? Really, it just sounds like 1,000 songs. Oh, and don't forget to notice, did you get the little joke here? The end after the song? The end. Laughing. That is the symbol for the end of a song, right? So I put that in there. I wanted to mention a couple things real quick, though, about the Star Spangled Banner. Probably not the best song to have introduced you to the metronome with. We haven't been playing with it right along. You should use it, get one, work with it. Maybe I'll do it here later with this last piece, but I kind of doubt it. Just want to get through and get them. I'll try to stick to a meter. That was in 76 beats per minute, if you remember, 1776 Star Spangled Banner. And then this one, I just moved it down to 68, which will be a little slower, so I'll try to play with that in mind. Maybe I'll start it to get my tempo, and then I'll turn it off to play through. It's just a little trickier. If I mess up, we're done for, right? Same with you. So I'll probably put a little note about that. Didn't mention the measures. I got a little bit of a brain spasm there, and I talked about the first measure being a pickup measure in Star Spangled Banner last lesson. An incomplete measure, or pickup notes. 2/8 notes equals 1, and we're in 3/4 time, see? And then at the end, I said there's a half note there. For some reason, I had a mental lapse there, saying that you should add a dot to that C to make it 3 counts. That's not right. It's in 3/4 time, yes, but since you have a pickup at the beginning, remember it finishes with the part of the count here and part of the count here. So the 2/8 is 1, and the half is 2. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So just thought I wanted to clarify that. I'll probably put it in the notes on that previous measure, or that previous lesson. What else? Real quick. Oh, my hands are not exactly in the in the screen, and I didn't want to. It's probably a good thing, because I did a different fingering on my C chord. This is just my chicken scratch. I don't know why I'm showing you that, but we showed some alternate chord fingerings for G. They're the same but with different fingers, and then one where I added a D note on the second string, 3rd fret, just for a little different way to play them. There are ones for C as well. Like, instead of playing C like this, so you have the low C covered with your ring finger, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the low string E is X'd out on your chord. Sometimes you can very frequently, and that's why I think my brain defaults to this fingering or voicing. So the G is the low note there, but it's used often in some picking where you strum bass notes alternate to your strum. This is more advanced, but okay, C note, G note, and then when you change to like an F chord, which we'll learn, instead of playing it just like this, you can also do 2 fingers on it, on the F and the C note, on the 4th and 5th. So you go. So a real recognizable sound, and back to. Okay, that's not for this study, but it'll be good. In the future, you'll want to investigate that. I don't know if I'll be the one helping you with that or not. So here we go. Tempo at 68 sounds like this. 3. I'm going to turn this off and play Zim Boogie. Okay, page 67. 4, 1, 2, ready, play. So you hold me to that. See how close I do, or how well I do. Hopefully I can get through it. Okay. Tilt this up a little. Still having that eye problem. Oh, got to get back a little though. See, this all compounds things. Should have cleaned my glasses off. Ready? 1, 2, ready, play. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, did play it right there, okay? Amazing. Now you can wind that back and play the chords with it. I'm going to do the chords now, and let's go ahead. Should be easier with the metronome, with the chords going, okay? So they're on the beat. The click is the strum of the chords. I'll count 1, 2, ready, play. A7. I'm waiting at B7. Okay, turn that off so you won't hear it now. For the final measure, bum 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 bum. Just want to play that last line again to bring attention to those rests that are up there with the chords over top of the eighth notes there at the end. Those little rests for the periods that we're playing these eighth notes, okay? Okay, it's a G and a G sharp, okay? So the chords are going bum, 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 bum. Let's see, the whole last line, bum, 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 rest, rest, bum, okay? Quickly, what did I want to talk about there? Oh, the chords, and I did this, I have a note on the Star Spangled Banner too at the top where, let me see here. Trying to get the right one up here. Let's see, right page is, okay, this here. Where I have a note about chords that are used in this being on the in the chord chart. I may not have covered those yet in those CS chord strum pages, but they are back here. I know this is a little after the fact, but refer here and you'll see the A7, the B7. There's a B7, the A7. Okay, some of them E7. I don't think we touched on them, but they're there, and the note is there on the pages. Same way with this one. I have notes, or note C chord chart, last page from A7 for A7 and B7 that are used in this song. Okay, so apologize for that, a little after the fact, but hey, you got nothing but time now, right? You can go back and do all that. So I'm going to go through the chords. This won't sound like a song, but I'm going to use the starting with the A, and I'm going to read left to right and then go to the next line just like reading a book. So I'm going to do let me go back to my simpler tone there, in between tone. Notice the difference. This sounds more. If you're in the middle, it doesn't sound quite as bright. Kind of cool things with electrics you can figure out. My goodness, I got a knob coming off. What do you know? Right in the middle of a lesson. Okay, I'm going to do the down, down, up, down, up strum for all the chords, okay? So here we go. A, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a second. I have two different chord charts here. I want to make sure I'm on the right one. I think I showed you the wrong line. Let me show you this again. Ignore that. That was for a baritone ukulele and a tenor guitar. If you were curious, like why there were only 4 strings, that was it. So that was the correct one. So all the same chords. But anyway, here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Down, down, up, down, up on the A. Now the A minor. Down, down, up, down, up, down. Doing each one twice. Messed up. A7, B7, and then C, C7. Messed up there a little bit on the strum. D, twice. D minor. D7. Speeding up a little. E. should be able to do this fast. E minor. Hanging on. E7. F. G. G7. You usually don't end on a G7 chord, but there it is. There they all are. And you would normally, more like, if I pick ones out randomly, like C, like say if the A, the first one, the next chord in a progression would typically be D and E. One straight on down, 2 down, and 3 down. So you'd be like, this will sound more like a song, okay? A, D, back to A, and then to E. Okay, that feels more like a song. Let's do C, A minor, F, and G. So here's C, A minor, F, okay, and G. Go to a G7, and then back to C. So I know I'm throwing things at you that are a little over your head, maybe. But anyway, I think that's going to about wrap it up, and I'm going to quit. It might be a little short, but had a little trouble with it last time. I didn't want to record all of it. I think I've been taking too many pictures. So thank you for being part of this. And I don't think there's any more to say. Just go back and practice with everything. Use the book frequently. There are a couple pages that we mentioned are ones to look at a lot. Obviously, the ones that cover all your notes. And then those chord strum pages are kind of invaluable, I think. They'll help you a lot. And get yourself a metronome. And I think that's it. I don't know if I'm going to do any more series like a book 2 at this point, but I thought I could pull off teaching a beginner's course, which is kind of what I do with students, you know, at a store where I teach lessons. And that's been affected by the COVID virus some. That's sort of slowed up for me, but anyway, this was sort of an alternative. So hopefully you enjoyed all this, and it'll be something you can work with and improve. So, okay, happy playing. Thanks. See you.